So last week I talked about how the Boruto anime was currently going through like a slow burn. And in essence it still kind of is because it sort of doesn't really feel like the main plot of what's supposed to be going on is happening, right? And I think that's supposed to obviously be the case because a lot of stuff hasn't really happened yet other than what's about to happen in next week's episode, which is basically just Boruto, Kawaki, and Code having their fight. And basically, just what ends up happening in this episode is Kawaki and Boruto are under constant surveillance because Code is trying to go after them, and also the Hokage and Sasuke and everything else, because he's trying to get revenge for Ishii killed Tsutsuki, but then eventually he's going to then create the god tree, the divine tree, so that he can then procure the god fruit or the chakra fruit, and then take all the chakra from the planet and then go on and do the next thing over and over again, because that's his goal, right? That's the thing that he's doing. He's essentially inherited the will of the old Tsutsuki, in which he's just trying to continue on their legacy and what they had been doing for who knows how many years. Meanwhile, Kawaki the whole time is trying to create this plan where he's trying to communicate and have some conversations with Code and try to convince him to not go after the Leaf Village, because he is willing to bet his life on protecting the Hokage, because he greatly admires and respects Hokage and Naruto so much that he just doesn't ever want to be in a world where he doesn't exist, right? And that's like his main thing. Which, I like how this is further solidifying that fact, and then I also like as well how they show off more that even though Kawaki doesn't have the Karma Seal, he still has like some abilities of the Otsutsuki, because apparently I didn't even know this is a thing that was possible with the Otsutsuki, but they're actually able to completely erase their chakra signature, and that's because essentially what every character has, like every person in the world who has chakra, it's kind of like a thumbprint. Everyone has their own individual thumbprints, but you can get rid of those by like burning them away, essentially. Kawaki essentially is doing the same thing, but with an Otsutsuki specific related ability, and no one on the Century team is actually able to pick up on his signature anymore. They're not able to pick up on his chakra, even after he had created a shadow clone, and allowed it to try to fool him, the Century team, into thinking that was actually Kawaki himself, even though that's not who he was whatsoever. The only person who's actually able to sense where Kawaki actually is Boruto. He's able to sense him the entire time, and he feels like that he's sensing Kawaki's like chakra signature outside of the house, and then eventually he's leaving out into the outside of the Leaf Village because Kawaki's trying to go talk to Code. And I thought that was interesting. I like how it just kind of showed off more of the capabilities that they have because of the fact that they were Otsutsuki vessels, but other than that, not really a whole lot, happened. It wasn't a bad episode. No episode so far has really been bad, but not a whole lot happens until ultimately where we're about to be with next week's episode, where there's going to be a lot of fighting and a lot of action. Which, is cool. Obviously, Naruto and the entire series is known for having really epic fights, but I can't imagine what they're really going to do, because even though like Boruto activates his karma, I don't really know what else he can do with his current ability of where he's able to control and utilize the abilities of the Karma Seal, other than just absorbing chakra related attacks. But Ko doesn't really use anything in relation to having like a Rasengan, or someone like shot like a fireball jutsu at him. He's just able to absorb that. I don't think Code has like any abilities that he would actually use that would allow Boruto to be able to do that, because Code can also do that himself. Even though he has a failed karma, he still knows how to be able to use other Otsutsuki related abilities and Karma Seal abilities as well. So I don't know. The Karma Seal obviously does more than that. It gives him more strength and speed and all that, but I don't know. I don't really know what else is gonna really happen up until this point. Not a whole lot happened. It's basically just Kawaki's trying to get away from the Leaf Village because he's trying to sacrifice himself so that way Ko doesn't go after the Leaf Village and Lord Hokage and then other people that he actually really does care about as well. He actually genuinely does care about the people that he's been around this entire time. He just doesn't really know how to show it in the best way. And although I like that, nothing really else of substance actually ends up happening. It's kind of just like, it's still like a slow burn. Not a whole lot is really going on, but it's building up to something that's going to eventually end up happening, which, you know, isn't until next week. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait for that. I don't really have a lot else to really say about the episode. You know, like I said, it's fine. A lot of the episodes really have just been kind of interesting. You know, they're kind of interesting because you're waiting for something like huge to happen and like some like really big epic like plot details to come about. But it kind of just feels like that they're really trying to show off a lot of exposition, especially because, you know, when Ada showed up, that's all like she was really kind of doing, was just spouting off exposition, and nothing was really of substance as much was actually happening. I mean, besides with Boruto and a couple of the other characters, but even then, not really. They weren't really doing a whole lot. And then now next week is basically just, yeah, we're gonna do we're gonna do a whole lot of fighting. I don't know. It's whatever. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, you know, really amazing to watch either. It was okay. So that's all I have to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. I don't really know. I don't know how to. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I really have no idea what else to say about the episode. It was fine, you know. Just it was that. You know, we're gonna have to wait until next week in order for more stuff to happen. And it's not like it was bad. It's just wasn't like entertaining. It was kind of entertaining, but not really. It just doesn't feel like anything is really happening, which is kind of ironic because it feels like a whole lot's supposed to be happening right now. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyways, that's besides the point. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.